Absolutely. The communication factor is really key in our relating, because obviously relating or relationships are not something which is just an internal dialogue. It's something that we're exchanging around, isn't it? So we're constantly expressing through our communication channels, and whether that's body language and the tone of our voice and the words we use and how we frame those words. Fundamental to this issue is the fact that we have not been provided the conscious reflective tools as a society. And what I mean by that is emotional intelligence and conscious intelligence. How to know and understand and reflect upon ourself, our true nature, and therefore to have clarity within ourself, perceptually first and foremost. If we are able to establish clear perceptual insight and reflection with ourself, we are then able to articulate very clearly what our inner experience is and what we share with another. So developing communication skills is fundamental and key to evolving into conscious relating as a human collective. So as a space holder for this, if you have the intention to bring more conscious communication into your relating with others, it's really crucial to understand that actually the articulation can only emerge from that present moment. It cannot emerge from something you've already assessed and accumulated as your ideas that frame what's happening and why. You can't undo the fact that you have some of that. You have memory, you have framed various thoughts, experiences and interactions, you've understood certain events, etc. And maybe there's been a conflict you need to resolve. You come to the moment, you know what has happened, you've got that content there. But actually, the truth of the understanding is not going to arise from that content. It's going to arise from your capacity to be present, utterly present in the moment, open and empty and receptive to the moment, so that consciousness can see. It's consciousness that feels what is happening. And this is the shift. It's the shift from what we think is the other, or what we think we are, or what we think is happening, into feeling what is so-called other, feeling what is ourself, feeling what is occurring. That can only arise by way of conscious presence. Now, as I said, this doesn't mean we can eradicate, perceptions or being able to frame things perceptually. But what it does mean is that it arises from within a different space, or it's held in a different space, and therefore it brings forward something very, very different than if we are actually meeting it from this construct. So conscious communication must rest in this pivotal presence of centered, open awareness. And that means if you have the intention in a relationship to bring conscious communication, you need to really have a model of coming into presence together. It helps if you both acknowledge that that is your commitment and your intention. It helps if you both exercise coming into the pause, into the stillness, into the silence, and into surrender. The greatest way to find resolution is actually through complete surrender and non-expectation. Not expecting what you want as an outcome. Not projecting into that space what you think it needs to be or should be. Yes, have a framework of intention, but then let it go and let that space reveal what needs to be revealed.